I think these charges are exactly as President Biden called them. They're outrageous.
Arrest warrants for top military and political leadership in the Israel-Gaza war since the October 7th.
Prime Minister, who has created the worst humanitarian disaster in modern history. Israel, of course, had the right to defend itself against the Hamas terrorist attack. But what Netanyahu has done is gone to war against, all-out war, against the entire Palestinian people, women and children. 5% of the population is now dead or wounded. 60% of them are women and children. Some 200,000 housing units have been completely destroyed. Every university in Gaza has been bombed. There is now imminent starvation taking place. So why you would invite somebody who has done such horrific things to the Palestinian people is something that I think is a very bad idea.
Well, it's not just, Speaker Mike Johnson. Senator Schumer is on board with this.
Well, I strongly disagree. Look, what the ICC prosecutor has done is very important. What he has said is there must be, war is horrific in general. And I would hope that someday the human race might end war. But what he has said is there've got to be standards. And as you know, last year he went after Putin of Russia, who has kidnapped thousands of Ukrainian children and taken them to Russia. And he said that's a war crime, not to mention Putin starting the largest war in Europe since World War II. What he said about Sinwar, the head of Hamas, he said this is the guy who started the war, committed a terrible atrocity on October 7th. He's a war criminal. He is a war criminal. But when Netanyahu goes to war against the entire Palestinian people, kills 35,000, wounds 77,000, destroys their healthcare system, their educational system, their civilian infrastructure. You know what? You got to have standards. And if you turn your back on that, then the next guy around the world comes and says, hey, we could destroy the whole thing. Let's do it. No one, Netanyahu is the head of a democratic nation. He was elected. That's true. Sinwar is a terrorist, head of a terrorist organization. That's true. But what the ICC prosecutor looked at is what they have actually did, what they did. And what Sinwar did, what Hamas did, is, to my mind, a criminal violation of international law, no question about it. He's a war criminal. What Netanyahu is doing to the Palestinian people is different, but that is also, to my mind, a clear violation of international law. Disgusting. All right. But what Hamas is, what they did is horrific. They are a disgusting terrorist organization. End of discussion. Sinwar is a war criminal. But does that give the head of a modern, powerful, industrialized nation the right to go to war against the entire Palestinian people? I want to read you one thing, which is important. As you know, Defense Minister of Israel, Gallant, has also been... there's a warrant out for his arrest as well. This is what he said soon after October 7th. He said, quote, Defense Minister, quote, I have ordered a complete siege on the Gaza Strip. There will be no electricity, no food, no fuel. Everything is closed. We are fighting human animals, and we are acting accordingly, end of quote. That is the Defense Minister of Israel. And you know what? That is exactly what they did. Yeah, today, there is no electricity.